Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel, honey, and welcome back to another quick chat. Real quick, I want to talk about the entire situation dealing with Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne, and Miss TS Madison. I guess you could say by way of Miss Reesa Teesa, okay? Y'all know Reesa Teesa did a 50-part TikTok where she pretty much exposed her ex-husband. She gave us a lot of details about him. She didn't let us know his name. She didn't let us know what he looked like or anything like that, but she just spoke on her experience. Okay. Of course, this has been a hot topic for a few weeks now, and the Breakfast Club decided that, they were going to speak on the situation, right? Well, when they were speaking on it, Charlamagne decided to hop in and ask whether or not Reesa Teesa has a big back because he feels like big back women are extremely desperate, and this is the result of a big back woman's, desperateness. Okay, you being desperate results in you being treated in this type of behavior or getting what it is that you get out of a certain relationship because you got a big back. At least that's what I took from it. And I just felt like him labeling her big back, it's enough with her being on the plus side. We didn't need you to label this woman big back or whatever the case is. I mean, I just felt like that was so unnecessary because the focal of the conversation should have been about how this man treated her, not so much as a big back, a small back, or any of that. Because if you do want to talk about big back and small backs, then hell, a lot of these small back women getting treated the same, if not worse. Hello, than some of these bigger women. But I just really hate that the conversation was more about big backs than it was about this young man being dishonest. Okay, and just flat out lying, putting this lady through a lot of stuff mentally. Like, I just feel like we should have stayed on topic, on task, and it was more so about dragging the man. Instead, y'all focusing on her and then her being a big bag. I don't know. I just kind of felt like, was that really necessary? I don't know. But it's like Charlemagne often, when he speaks on stuff, he often insult people as he, talks about and gives his commentary about situations. But I did feel like it was a bit unnecessary what he said. I didn't think that it was warranted at all. Quite a few people did have a few things to say. But real quick, before we get into what people had to say, more so T.S. Madison, do y'all know that Reese's ex-husband is doing an interview? He is. He already did it. I think the interview may be 2 or 3 hours long, girl. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna listen to the lies, and I'm gonna break it down and bring it back to y'all and let y'all know what all was said. Okay, right out the gate, I'm already not believing this man talking about, but we'll get into that later. I do know prior to this interview took place that TMZ was stating that the guy was planning on suing her or something like that. He said that his job was considering suing her because she's making the company look bad. Him doing this interview is going to be extremely comical because all we're going to do is sit up here and laugh at him because we already see you as a liar, and then you leading off with unbelievable lies, in my opinion. Your job is literally considering suing her. You're thinking about taking legal action with your job because it's making the company look bad, and we don't even know what job you work for. We don't know what job you work for. All we knew was that it was a condiments company, and then you lose that job. So we don't even know where the hell you work at now. So it's like, girl, this man just be saying shit. And I don't even see how she got really, I don't even see how she made it to a year being married to this fool. I don't know how she made it to the end of the year really moving forward with the marriage. Like, it just made no fucking sense to me. Okay. I'm just, girl, I cannot. But anywho, he over there lying about suing the company. I mean, suing her by way of the company, but she never mentioned the company. And she also never exposed what you look like. She never exposed your name or anything. Somebody else did that. She referred to you as Legion. And that's what everybody has been calling you. So I don't believe this man gonna take legal action. He hasn't done it yet. I don't believe that he is going to do it, especially when you try to put your employer in the midst of the BS, as you have done previously, according to Miss Reesa Teesa, honey. So I'm not believing that man talking about. But like I said, I'm gonna watch the interview. Like I said, it's about almost 3 hours long. I'm gonna bring it back to y'all, whatever the FS is that he's talking about. Okay, but let's get back to Charlamagne and this whole big back comment, which I just felt like it was like a bit unnecessary. And I feel like the conversation shifted from, to me, holding Charlemagne accountable for whatever, TS may have wanted to hold him accountable for, to her and Just Hilarious having a damn back and forth. Okay. Cause one thing about it, Just Hilarious be standing on TS neck. I feel like this ain't the first time they've gotten into it, but Just Hilarious is always going to be team women, period. Okay. And she may not see things in the same fashion as individuals that are not, biologically women. So that's going to always be a bit of a controversy or whatnot. But we're going to get into a few things. And just listen to what all has been said and just give our thoughts about that. First things first, when Charlamagne came to the front and he was over there talking about big back, that made TS Madison feel away. So she got on Twitter and she says, big back people, including me, y'all letting Charlamagne get away with that? Or we caving his face in? Let me know. Now, Just Hilarious took this as some type of threat. She felt like this was a threat. I didn't really feel like it was a threat as far as her wanting to physically harm Charlamagne. I feel like Just Hilarious may have used that situation or used what T.S. Madison said as a deflection, in my opinion. I just felt like when she said, or we cave in his face, meaning we gonna read him down, meaning we about to get him together, we about to call him out, we about to hold him accountable. That's how I took it. I didn't really take it how Jess did, but either way, girl, we are going to get into exactly what it is Jess had to say. So let us go ahead and do just that. Matter of fact, we're going to get into what Jess had to say. Then we're going to get into what T.S. Madison had to say in response to Jess. Then we're going to get back into what Jess had to say in response to T.S. Madison. So y'all go ahead and y'all check this out.
Okay, so T.S. Madison threatens Charlamagne for his big back comment.
Oh my God, no.
Yes, that's what I said. I was like, oh
no.
my God, you should be real scared. Last week, I reported on the viral TikTok series "Who the F Did I Marry" by Reesa Teesa. And for those who may not be familiar, this is the woman who had an exclusive series on TikTok to share all the lies her ex-husband told her and how she believed them. Charlamagne shared his opinion on the story when I reported it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I hear a lot of big back behavior. Does she have a big back?
She do give Sheila that was driving up the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Sheila
did.
Was beautiful though.
Yeah, no. You talked about the big back, not the face.
Yeah, you're right.
She's cool.
What's your thing with big backs?
No, I'm just saying, because in a situation like this, some of you big backs, y'all got to stop being so thirsty for a man. There's a man out there for you. Okay, this woman believed all of this because she wanted to believe all of this. Big back belief isn't like everybody else's belief. Okay, she said it herself. He said everything I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
She wanted to believe whatever was coming out of his mouth because she wanted a man so bad.
Okay, so T.S. Madison, a self-proclaimed big backer, she publicly checked in on the rest of the big back brigade to see how she should respond, and she said, hashtag big back people, including me. Y'all letting Charlamagne get away with that? Or are we caving his face in? Let me know.
Whoa.
Yep, there was no LOL, there was no emoji, there was no nothing. First of all, why am I even talking to you? How you just include yourself into that? Now, if you were to say that to her, then what would happen?
Oh, they'd be calling for my head on social
What?
media.
I'm talking about social media, in the streets.
In the streets.
Everywhere.
They'll ask for you to be canceled, suspended, and all that.
It's like, what are we even talking about?
Well, let the record show, I didn't even know the young lady had a big back. Okay, I just said it sounded like big back behavior. And I know big back belief when I hear it.
Okay.
Okay, that's all.
Well,
So I don't know why the big back brigade was upset at me.
Well, I don't know how somebody just include themselves in it. Like, why are we?
I don't think she was serious, though. Was she serious? That sounded like
I don't see no LOL.
The beginning of it sounded like a joke to me.
Well, is she your friend? Did she call you up and say, I'm just playing?
No, I'm talking about the beginning when she said the big back people. What did she say?
She believes she has a big back. She said, hashtag big back people, including me.
Yeah, I thought that was a joke.
Are we caving in his face?
Yeah, don't do that, T.S. Madison. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, just said it would. If I was to make a tweet about a transgender like that and end it by saying, "Oh, we caving their face in," social media would be calling for my head.
Absolutely.
So let's play nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's absolutely play nice. But see, that's crazy because that's gonna fly right up under the radar. Because I guess she could say that. That's crazy. I don't understand.
We're from two different areas, but we know that I wasn't threatening Charlamagne the God. For what? For what? See, the thing about it is, what all the people over there that want to jump on your pussy lips is that they're sitting here because I'm a tranny. They want to sit here and overlook the fact that you, as a woman who just almost a year ago, if it not was a year ago, was calling for men to protect us. Men to protect us. And then you sitting right next to a nigga who's talking about a woman, bitch, and you jumped in on the bandwagon, help dragging her. Right? Come on, we ain't even really done, right? Then you sit over here with your small back, right? With your small, tiny back that you have, bitch, and you let Country Wayne play in your face on fucking Shannon Sharp show and tell you to leave him alone. So obviously, bitch, big back holes and small back holes have some of the same motherfucking problems. See, the thing about it was, you thought that you was going to come into it with a nigga that had 66 baby motherfucking mamas and was going to be wifey, and he showed your ass, and you still running your motherfucking small back ass around here giving that man problems. That man said, leave me alone.
It's been 5 years.
It's been 5 years, bitch. Leave me alone.
Get some new material.
Leave me alone. But let's talk about Chris, that was allegedly fucking them punks in Baltimore, bitch, that you was fucking off on. That was fucking them punks in Baltimore that really initially started your disdain for the girls.
And Burrell energy.
So the streets say, let's talk about that. Let's talk, in the words of Azalea Banks, let's talk about that. And then you have the audacity to have so much nigga energy running through your motherfucking chain smoking voice having ass, bitch. So much nigga energy that you got with you, bitch, that you attract niggas that probably fuck punks. And it's okay. That don't make you less of a woman. Hell, you pregnant now. But my thing is, the pressure that you want with me, you really don't want it with me. The pressure that you got with me, you got with yourself. Miss Hilarious. Every time them niggas was sitting over there calling you a he and all that type of shit to be funny, I cringe because I'm like, she don't look like no he to me. She don't have this. She, you know, I'm over here. I be in defense mode with you pussy assholes and y'all hoes be over here. You would have really loved for Charlamagne to say that he was gonna bash me in my motherfucking face when he saw me. You would have really loved for that. That's what y'all hoes want to hear from your mouth or from your ears. You want to hear niggas saying how they'll beat a punk up. Because that makes you feel secure, that you got a secure nigga. But Miss Hilarious, let me explain something to you. I didn't fuck your nigga. Them other punks did. I wasn't sucking your nigga dick. Those other punks was. I wasn't motherfucking the one feeding your nigga dick, bitch, allegedly. Those other punks was doing it. And that's why you moved on and found you some other niggas who, bitch, you hoes put y'all heads on the chopping block about, you don't know what the fuck them niggas gonna do with their life.
Okay, so yesterday, we obviously ruffled some feathers, and
What happened?
there was not what happened. You want to go down memory lane?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right,
I don't
then.
even want you to talk about what you're about to talk about, because I don't know what you're about to talk about, but I feel like I know what you're about to talk
a
about.
lot of people don't like when you talk about things that they don't want you to talk about, but you do it, don't you? So let's stop playing, all right? So TS Madison, she decided to address me on PHAGTAWK.
What?
Don't
Fact
you? No.
Talk. That's the name of the thing that she said
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's the name of the
Yeah,
show.
that's the name of the show.
That is the name of the show.
Yeah, it's called Fact Talk. And that's what it is. And she sat up there with a sidekick of hers. And up there looked like Batman and Robin, just talking, running their mouth. Y'all can refer to her page if y'all would like to go hear what she said. I would dare not play that on this radio here. But all in all, she thought she ate that. Like, she thought she ate with that one. But apparently, she eating all the wrong people. That's why she's still hungry. Now, she said she had a big back. That's what she said. That's what you wanted to run with.
They were
That's
upset with the
fine.
big back comments
They
that
were
Charlamagne made.
upset
Okay.
about the big back comments.
Nobody's really upset about the big back comments.
No, but she was more so upset that I didn't like the fact that she insinuated like an attack.
That she was gonna.
Are we going to cave his face in?
Yes.
Let me know. Because if you or even I were to say that to her, it would be a crime.
That's
You
true.
know, on and offline, you know. Now, saying the shoe fits would be, if the shoe fits, wear it, that's the saying. But you took the shoe, you stuffed your fat ass foot in it, and your toes couldn't breathe. So, in other words, you reached, you know. And I know they say a hit dog will holler, but you ain't even a dog that we was calling. You're not.
So what do we do to smooth this over, Jess?
Excuse me? Please. She's a confused pig in a blanket. You are not the dog. You are a confused ass pig in a blanket. Now, I never misgendered you. But you decided to do that. She misgendered me. I never misgendered her.
Well, why is the gender thing even coming up? I thought this was about big backs.
Listen, that's what I thought it was about that too. But she started talking about my exes and all of that stuff. Now, what that got to do with your back? Like, what do they? She was talking about my ex, Chris, cheating on me with big back women. Yes, he did.
Can we all just meet at the gym?
Can you shut up
and relax?
Shoot.
I'm confused how the big back conversation got into all of this.
Yeah, because she used this situation to say things that she been wanted to say to me. From the first time when she jumped out there online and she was made to look like a fool. That she is. She was made to look like a fool, and that's it. And how dare you say he hilarious and yeah, all this man stuff projecting,
Who's hilarious?
No,
he hilarious. Instead of just hilarious,
she called me.
He
She said,
hilarious.
you got all this
slow this morning, bro.
You got all this, he ain't slow. He acting stupid.
Oh.
She like, you got all this big nigga energy. You would know that better than I would know that because you live it every day. So that's not what we're gonna do here. Okay?
No.
You live it every day. And that energy will never be ladylike. So don't play with me. I keep telling y'all don't have to keep my name out your mouth. But y'all will not play with me. Watch it. And Kaya would be so disappointed in you. You done took so many reading lessons and you still ain't even talking about you read. Write it over. Because that did not work.
Is that why you texted me yesterday and called me a butch queen?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. What did I reply back? Because it took me a little minute because I had to look up the definition.
Now don't ask. Now listen. Now listen, because we're gonna say full names. Full names. Transsexual Madison. Do not call nobody else to try to get me on the phone to hash things out after you see that this ain't going your way. Because this did not have to be up like this. Not have to end up like this. This is another horrible decision made. Okay. Don't call Jason Lee, because that's not my friend. Do not call Mona. Don't call me white girl. That's not my friend either. Don't call nobody who we mutually know to try to talk to me after this, because it's done. Stop calling me your sister. You are not my sister. You're not even my brother. Let's stop.
All right. So y'all just pretty much heard everything that Jess had to say, Charlamagne, as well as TS Madison. So now I got a few things that I want to say. First of all, I do agree with Charlamagne saying that Reesa wanted to believe Legion because she just wanted a man so bad, and that and maybe it could have been because she was a bigger woman and maybe her self-esteem was not intact, because I do blame that on society and how bigger people are looked at. And then now we got the folks with the bigger backs and all of that. So, they may not feel as desirable, right? But my biggest issue with him is limiting it only to bigger people or bigger backs or whatever, and not looking at the overall, like, girl, that's women in general that's getting played. Okay. Women in general. And I still feel like we focusing on the women and we should also focus on the men, because y'all be the problems too. At the end of the day, y'all be the ones putting these ladies through this SHI. But instead, you want them to have their self-esteem. They could have the best self-esteem in the world. They could feel amazing about themselves. And then you could get a raggedy NIGGA to come along and tear all of that SHI down. So for me, I just felt like, okay, the conversation is shifting a bit, and I don't think it should be shifting anyway. So just hilarious. I did feel like she was doing too much on the cave in the face situation. Charlamagne said that he thought that it was a joke, and I feel like just hilarious was making it more than what the hell it was. I didn't think it had to be that deep if she was trying to make it. Now let me see. Charlamagne says that if it would have been him, if he would have said that, everybody would have been, trying to jump on his back about it. And I do agree with that. Just like we coming at him about the big back situation, I do feel like if he would have mentioned the cave in Madison's face, I do feel like he would have definitely been drugged had he said something like that, okay, to Maddie. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. Do y'all agree with Charlamagne? Do y'all think that he would have been drugged if he would have said that? I feel like he would have. I think it probably would have been a little worse than what it is with him speaking on the big back situation, right? Now, TS Madison, y'all heard what all she said, and I do feel like she read the dog out of Miss Jess hilarious. Okay, I feel like Madison was not lying when she said big back and small back women clearly having some of the same issues. I said that is so true. They are. And the biggest issue that everybody having is always putting the issues off on the women, and ain't nobody talking to these niggas. That's the problem for me. Now, I don't know why Madison felt the need to bring up the men that Just Hilarious was dating and them smashing punks or whatever the case was. Now, I do feel like that didn't need to be mentioned, because now we're shifting the conversation yet again. Okay, the conversation should have been about Reesa. It goes from being about Reesa to being about big bags. Okay, then T.S. Madison calls out Charlamagne for the big bags, and then you got Just Hilarious putting 10 on 20 about the big bags. Now we got T.S. Madison responded to Just Hilarious, and then it's supposed to be about, I guess, Just Hilarious trying to be extra about the situation, but then now you're bringing up her exes into the situation. Now, if they come and they drag you because you're insinuating that they be smashing punks or whatever, then now we got a whole nother bigger issue. Okay, so I didn't feel like it was necessary. She referred to Jess as just hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit of a chuckle. It was a bit of a chuckle because it came left field for me. I was not prepared for her to say that. I'm like, girl, what did she just call this girl? What now? Wait a minute. Okay. Now, when Jess referred to her as a pig in a blanket, I definitely chuckled. And I said, listen, it's a smooth even for me. It's a smooth even. You don't refer to this girl as just hilarious. Okay. And she didn't refer to you as a pig in a blanket. So I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit of a chuckle. Jess was also confused because she was like, girl, why the hell would you bring up my exes? Like, what the fuck they got to do with it? Like, why would you do that? That was so unnecessary. I was like, I agree. They ain't have nothing to do with the subject. If you're gonna drag her, continue to drag her. You didn't have to bring the extras into the situation, right? Just Hilarious did say that she felt like T.S. Madison used the situation to really say what it is she wanted to say to her, right? And I'm like, she used what situation to say what she really wanted to say? Like, she gave her thoughts about Charlotte. It had nothing to do with you. You chose to respond and feel a way about what T.S. said when she wasn't even talking to you. It's giving a bit of Robin Dixon energy to me. When she wasn't even talking to you, you decide to come at her, and then she decided to respond right back to you. I personally feel like you used this whole opportunity for yourself to come at TS because you feel a way about her. That's just how it looks to me on my end. Okay, because nobody was taking that cave situation that deep. Even Charlotte said he thought it was a joke. It was just like, oh, okay, yeah, let's move on. He wasn't enraged, outraged. It was none of that about the situation, but you did. You were trying to force something in my personal gist. And it wasn't good. Like, Madison read the dog out of you. Okay, now you didn't necessarily read her to hell back, and I'm sure it's because you was on the platform that you're on, and you have to be mindful of how you go off on people or whatever the case is, girl. But Madison was wearing you out. I'm just gonna be honest about that. It's just been a whole mess, okay? But y'all let me know y'all thoughts about it. Were y'all team Jess or were y'all team Madison on it? Did y'all feel like Jess did too much, or you felt like Madison was the one that actually went overboard and just did too damn much? Because she could have just let it be what it is. She didn't need to respond and drag Jess like that. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Now, Reesa Teesa is going to be on an upcoming episode of Tamron Hall, from my understanding. And I did get a chance to see a snippet of it that I'm going to play for you guys. And it appears that she does address Mr. Charlamagne. Okay. And I loved how she never said his name, but she was just like the bigger celebrity. I love that. And Miss Reesa got into some things. So let's go ahead and check out what Miss Reesa had to say, honey.
What negative comments have hurt the most, I guess?
The ones where they say, you know, she did this for clout. This is not the way to get clout, because you are literally opening up yourself, and again, you're being vulnerable. Those hurt. The ones that talk about the fact, and I know people have seen this, she does not look like what a VP would date. And it was a woman, it was a TikTok creator who was talking about my looks, and then there was a very famous personality that called me a big back, talking about my weight. And so it's things like that I'm like, Jesus, you know, I can already admit I'm self-conscious, you know, as a heavier woman. I feel like how I look should not dictate whether or not I deserve what I want. So that was disappointing, and it was hurtful, especially the one that was the more famous personality, because again, I'm more than just my weight, like, and not to mention, I mean, you know, that it's hard. I will admit this, I appreciate when I've met both men and women who have said thank you. Because for me, it's like, okay, I know I'm getting attacked, but it did help somebody. When I hear someone that said, girl, I watched all 50 parts, I genuinely am humbled that someone took 500 minutes out of their life and watched the story that I went through. And my prayer is that, again, if there is a woman or man who's like, I want to be married, I want kids, I want this, and I need to have it right now, and you know something's wrong, but you're afraid to investigate because you're afraid that you might be wrong. And it's like, I'm here to say, look, it costs nothing to verify, but if you don't verify, honey, it may cost you everything.
I know that's right, Miss Reesa Teesa. If you don't investigate, girl, it may cost you everything. I know that's right. I'm here for all the things that she's getting at this time. I feel like a lot of times when TikTokers blow up beyond the TikTok, it's majority white folks. No disrespect, girl. I'm just observation. So I like the fact that, like Keith Lee, okay, he's becoming this, well-known person across the United States. Same thing now with Reesa Teesa. So I'm here for it. I believe she's going to get the opportunity to go over to, what she said, London, Paris, all of that. Like, girl, I want to see it. I want to see it. So shout out to her. I'm glad those things are happening to her, or happening for her. And she's just being, vulnerable and honest in her situation, and it's getting her very far. Let me see. It was something else I wanted to mention about Reesa. I know people were saying that they felt like she did it for clout. I don't believe she did any of that for clout, because how was she supposed to know that it was going to blow up? She just was sharing her opinion. Like she was on TikTok doing exactly what everybody else doing, putting herself out there, trying to get followers. Whatever happens, happens. Okay. She wasn't prepared for her to get millions. I think she might be at 3 million, maybe 4 million followers now on TikTok. Okay. So she wasn't expecting that. She was just doing her big one, sharing her story. People wanted to know, so she shared all of it. All right. And it just happened to blow her up. I don't think it had anything to do with clout. All right. And if it was for clout, then congratulations to her, because a lot of people do stuff for clout and they don't get this much success. Hello. So if it was intentional and for clout, then listen, at least she went out there and got what it is that she was trying to get. Hello. And then some. All right. It was something else I wanted to say when she talked about the big back situation, and she said that how she looked should not dictate whether or not she deserved, what she received from her ex. And I love that, because I feel like that should have been the topic of conversation the entire time. Regardless of what it was, I don't think he had a right to treat her in that type of manner. Okay. And I think it would have been a great opportunity to call out NIGGAs that be out here on that same energy that he be on. Okay. Y'all are weird. Get y'all lives together. Okay. Go and work on that mental and stuff. Hello. But anywho, girl, I just came to run my mouth real quick. I ain't talking about a whole lot. I want to hear you guys' thoughts and comments down below. So make sure that you guys are, doing that, sharing your thoughts, liking the video, sharing the video, and subscribing to the channel. Okay. You can find me over on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, honey. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out and came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad one.